Hello and welcome back to On My Bookshelf, and in this episode I'm going to be looking at Forgotten Souls by Matt Oliver and published by Kozu Books. Matt Oliver is a UK-based commercial advertising photographer, but you will most likely know him for his atmospheric landscape and woodland photography. In his new book, Forgotten Souls, Matt takes us on a journey around a land that was once a hub of industry, but has now been reclaimed and revitalised by nature. Silver birch trees now dominate this area, and through his collections of photographs, Matt captures and reveals the character of the trees and the area that they populate. But before we wander more deeply into the woodlands of this book, let's take a quick look at the physical characteristics of the book. This hardcover book measures 300mm by 240mm and has 88 pages of Fedrigoni symbol Free Life Saturn 170 GSM paper. This book is FSC certified and printed using 100% renewable energy. As I've come to expect from Kozu Books, the print quality is superb. And if you want to see some of the other titles that Kozu Books have, then I'll include a link for the On My Bookshelf Kozu Books playlist in the description below and at the end screen of this video. The book opens with an introduction from Matt himself, where he talks more about the theme of the book. To give you a quick quote, "Standing tall are these wonderful silver birch, and I'd like to imagine that these carry the soul and memories of those that once played their role in the landscape." The introduction is well worth reading, as is the foreword by Paul Sanders, who also talks about one of the other themes in this book, stillness and quiet. The book is then predominantly photographs, which is rarely a bad thing. But what amazing photographs these are. Beautifully crafted, Matt demonstrates his excellence with composition and the interplay of light and shadow and the passage of time through the seasons. You might be forgiven in thinking that there wouldn't be much variety in the photographs, given the collection is based on one subject from one area. It might have even been my first thought, but when I took the time to read through this book from my favourite chair, I realised that there is a staggering variety of photographs. From single trees to groups of trees, wide and tighter compositions, trees that have been damaged to trees that have vivid green leaves or bursting into colour at autumn. There are environmental photographs as well, showing where the trees have reclaimed the land where quarrying once took place. The journey through the seasons is also beautifully captured. The greens of spring, the purple heather of late summer, the yellows and golds of autumn, and the starkness of winter. The use of black and white to portray winter works particularly well for this subject. Now, it may seem odd to think of trees as having character, but within the pages of this book, you get an insight into why Matt feels so compelled to photograph this area so much. The longer you spend looking at this book, the more you will discover it as well. So, is this a book for your bookshelf? Well, for me at least, it's a resounding yes. I particularly admire woodland photography, partly because it's not a genre of photography I practice myself. It's one thing to capture a few woodland photographs, but to put together such a beautiful and varied collection of masterfully captured images takes skill and commitment. And Matt's book is a fine example of that. If you'd like to purchase a copy of Forgotten Souls by Matt Oliver, you can do so directly from Kozu Books. I'll include a link in the video description below. Thanks for watching this episode of On My Bookshelf. There are now over 50 episodes of On My Bookshelf, so even if this book isn't for you, then there's sure to be an episode there to inspire your photography. I'm popping up the On My Bookshelf playlist in the corner of the screen. And remember to let me know in the comments below what photography books you are reading at the moment. So, until the next episode of On My Bookshelf, I'll see you then.